5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync. Hello and welcome to the TTV BrickFeed Podcast. I'm Jonathan Juan.
I am Meso Knack.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Exxtra.
And welcome to the BrickFeed Podcast, episode 63.
Mardi Gras.
Really, Meso?
So it was you this
We
time.
really need a thing for BrickFeed.
Huh.
We still don't have like a thing where we just like...
Eljay, I got a beef with you.
Oh, ooh.
Was
Okay,
it that hard to say? No, it's trivial. Was it that hard to say Eljay Johnson?
Yes, it
So
was.
everybody in the cast has
honestly,
2 words.
if I did that, I was gonna die right then and there.
I don't have 2 words, it's just one word, man.
You see, I'll actually go into this. You see, the reason I didn't was because it made me different from everyone else.
You're a cretin.
It made me stand out.
Stand out. You know what also stands out? When you throw something into the garbage. You're like, oh, hey, that
Wait,
person
how
just threw that into the
does something
garbage.
stand out if you throw it into the garbage? Then it's just like all the other garbage.
You know what really stood out? Flef's name tag when compared to all of ours in the lineup, because it stood out and it was unique. Uniquely wrong.
It was different.
And it was wrong.
It was wrong.
Wait, how's it wrong? Isn't Tweffy called Tweffy? I don't understand.
No,
it's
she
not
did
because of that.
a couple of
She did the
different
format
things.
wrong.
The problem
Yeah.
was, okay, so BrickFeed, nice. Brick Fair Virginia is coming up this August, and we're going to be there. Pretty much everyone in this podcast is, right now is going to be there.
Yeah, boy!
And what we do, they have these brick badges, and they're for exhibitors. So we all registered to be exhibitors, and I had this idea last year, hey, we should all go with kind of a standardized
Proper
naming
formatting,
convention.
and Flef broke it.
And Fwef screwed it up.
What, did she have like her screen name first and then her like...
Yep, she
original-
did.
No.
And
How do you mess that up?
She
That's-
also used the slash instead of the vertical line. It was just like a
it
whole.
was pretty
it was
hilarious.
a travesty. But anyway, Meso, you know what? Maybe next time I'll do LJ Johnson.
You want to do it next time? I'll just make it
You
a
watch.
thing.
It'll happen
And
again.
Your stubbornness.
I don't know if there's enough words for
But now
fit
I've
Johnson
stood
in
out,
there.
Meso.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Huzzah.
Alright.
All right. Well, I want to address something real quick before we get into this podcast. There's a comment, or a series of comments have been made in the past couple BrickFeed episodes. Some people have been complaining that at times you will talk about Bionicle on this podcast. So I want to clarify that the BrickFeed Podcast is a Lego-themed podcast, the Lego-centric podcast. I would also like to clarify that if you look in the corner of the Bionicle boxes, there's a little logo that says Lego. So while we understand that we do have another podcast where we touch upon Bionicle things a bit more on that podcast, doesn't mean that this is a Bionicle, Bionicle's excluded from the discussion topics on this podcast. It's still very much Lego. It's part of Lego's past now. It's no longer a concurrent theme. It actually was removed, fun fact, from the Lego ideas. There's like a list of themes that they don't want you to suggest because they're already making them. Bionicle was removed from that list starting earlier this year.
Interesting.
So it is a full part of Bionicle's of Lego's past. We can talk about it the same way we talk about anything, Exoforce or Johnny Thunder or space.
It's also
or
a thing where, like,
power miners.
No one complained when we talked about Hero Factory, man. Dude,
Yeah.
that's...
Well, people complain.
Yeah.
Back then,
People complain about everything,
And,
but fair.
Not to mention, not only is it a part of Lego's past, it is a part of our past. It is absolutely intrinsic to us.
Everything's
Right.
always in the past, you know, because nothing ever happens in the future. It's all happening now.
It's basically
Yeah.
a thing where
You know?
some people are like, oh, you have a separate podcast for that, but the TTV podcast hasn't been a Bionicle Bionicle discussion zone for a long time because of our G3 by BrickOnicle project. So whenever there is actually, we want to say some stuff about Bionicle, it typically tends to fall onto BrickFeed because it's actually about Lego, and that's where we talk about Lego, but I don't know. Full disclosure, I didn't listen to last week's episode, so I don't know what you guys actually talked about.
We talked about minifigures and the Brick Fair and a bunch of other stuff that you should go listen to. Or actually felt was
I've heard it's one of the best episodes.
one of our best episodes so far. So I really enjoyed it.
And also make long, intricate, constructive comments about BrickFeed because everything's subject to change. We want it's a community podcast.
Feedback is important.
We are we are like trying to sit down and kind of think about what we want to do for all the shows on the channels. And so if you guys have feedback that you do want to to say and different things that you would want to suggest, we are open to them. We do listen and we do take feedback from that. And speaking of, while I did kind of, address that comment, the first part of that comment in the beginning, there were some good points brought up in a lot of the other comments that we saw. One big thing, and one I'm going to address right here right now, is that this is being recorded on July 18th, 2017.
Hey.
Oh, we're doing the dates
for
now?
those of you, we're doing the dates now just because he did. This commenter did bring up a good point where he's like, "Hey, because you guys do have this time where you edit, it would be a good idea to say the date you're recording, so we know that any news that came out beyond that was kind of outside of that purview, outside of that window. All the news that we have on recording time is relevant to that day. Anything beyond that, obviously, we can't foretell the future, so we can't talk about it.
Expectation.
Yeah, so
right.
Like if Galador or Bionicle get confirmed tomorrow that they're coming back, now you'll understand why we didn't talk about it in this episode.
Yes.
Right. Or more likely if they release some set that's going to be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con or something.
Yeah,
and they're like, hey, this is the thing.
Up, huh?
Because it is coming up. SDCC is advancing forward. So we're going to see more stuff from that. But that stuff, all the things that are announced from that past this recording date, we just aren't going to talk about.
So I better not see the comments.
No, I mean, I do get it. It's released on a Saturday and people are like, you guys aren't talking about something that happened Thursday. What's up with that? And it's like, well, we record on Tuesday.
Yeah, most people don't realize this isn't like a live stream. This podcast takes editing time,
Right. We have 2 days. We have essentially 2 days for our audio editor and 2 days for our video editor. And they've been doing really good work.
Can we thank them real quick?
Let's thank them. Shout out to Avoca Tamer and Waj for editing this podcast, doing a great job.
They put in
a lot of work, and the format that you're now seeing on screen, this really fancy thing with the bubbles popping in the chat and the slideshow to the side, that is all due to the hard work that those two people put in. So I feel really bad about rushing him, where I'm like, hey, you need to sit down. I don't care what you're doing this evening. You got to sit down and get this audio out right today, or you get this video
a life? Right. Who cares? We need this out.
So but they've been doing really good at exceeding our deadline, and Waj's been doing. We might kind of change out the release date for it because they're just so fast at their jobs that we might be able to afford that extra day. We'll see. We'll see that going forward.
Fastest brick boy.
But real quick, let's kind of transition off from the announcement phase into the just kind of conversational phase. You guys buy anything from LEGO or build anything cool this last week?
I built some things.
You go first.
Okay.
I actually bought
what
thing.
things?
No. I want to hear what Meso bought. I didn't realize.
It's underwhelming. I bought one thing, and it's old news, but I finally bought a LEGO BrickHeadz. Because they actually made their way to Walmart, for anybody. I think we mentioned this offhandedly.
They made their way to your jungle.
Walmart and Target stores, yeah, pretty much. For the longest time they were LEGO store exclusives, but now they're at Walmart, and not only that, but they're being sold for $7. They're on clearance, all of them. So I picked up Joker, and he is one of the most elaborate things I've built. The hair
Joker
is
was
absolutely
really good.
ridiculous how much detail went into that. It was quite refreshing.
What do you mean by elaborate?
I just mean it's a lot for such a small thing. A lot of construction and detailing went into his hair in particular. A lot more than I would have assumed.
The core pizza pieces are so nice. I love those pieces.
Basically, the hair is just so detailed, more so than any other BrickHead, and because of that, his parts count is also the largest, I believe, out of any of the BrickHeads as well. And I was very satisfied. That's pretty much all I need to say, because Var already talked about these at length. But I just wanted to chime in. Yeah, I got one too. Yes, I'd recommend. And they're really cool.
Well, Meso, get those cookies out of the fridge, because they're too cool.
I like cookies in the fridge. I eat Oreos from the fridge.
I forgot you actually do that.
Meso has some odd habits.
Really?
Oreos? I actually get that. For Oreos, that makes a lot of sense.
But I also do it for chips.
And the sense has gone down.
Wait, Chris?
Chips, LJ is right.
Wait, French
Oreos,
fries
I
in the
can
fridge?
kind of get behind a little bit. I don't do it, but I could see why someone would do it.
Say that, right?
It's like a chill, just kind of drink. You dip in the milk and you put it in.
We have that on recording.
I feel the same way about chips.
Why would
and
you
all
have
food.
Wait, chips? Do you mean crisps or
I mean
French
potatoes.
fries?
He means crisps, yeah.
For you, I mean crisps. I mean French fries. I guess I'm not big on cold. I've tried cold French fries. I'm not into them.
Yeah, but like, why? Those are like potato chips, basically. But
Yes.
like, why
Yeah,
are
potato
they in
chips.
the fridge? They don't need to be cold.
Exactly.
I think they do.
I mean,
they taste better.
Meso
cold.
thinks they do.
All right,
I
Meso,
think he's a little
just
insane.
give me $1
LJ.
because there's no sense here.
LJ, that makes a person unique right there. I don't think there's a single other person in this
Oh, yeah.
entire world that's ever
No.
put the crisps in the fridge.
Definitely. I mean, like, that is one heck of a quirk.
What's wrong with it? It's fine. I mean, Google
People
it,
listening to this
Google it.
podcast, if you do have an extra spare bag of chips, try it.
Put it in
Try
the
it and then let us know.
You mean
Let us know in the
crisps?
comments how that is.
like-
or crisps.
Admittedly,
crisp from the
one
other side of
one
the
of the
pond.
reasons why I enjoy it is because a lot of times I eat like spicy chips with flavorings and whatnot, and I just find that spices come out better when they're cold because it lets the flavors kind of
Yeah, but spicy but cold? That's...
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
feel like
listen,
it's watered
if
down
you
by
take
being room temperature.
if you take a really spicy potato chip and you put it in the fridge, no, you put it like in the freezer. Does that mean when you take it out and eat it, you get freezer burn?
But I'm.
Like here.
Okay, let's tie this back into what you got, LJ,
Okay.
What
I
did
didn't
you get
necessarily
or build
buy
today?
anything?
or this week.
But LJ,
Yeah.
most importantly, was it in the fridge or was it in the
It's in the
store?
freezer.
It's
Because
in
then
the
you
freezer.
get freezer burn. Yeah.
But why would you put Lego in the freezer?
No, chips.
Lego.
Okay, so
I was talking about your Lego this time.
yeah. So I made a few Bricklink orders, and I am working on all of our sig figs. And I talked about this a while ago, kind of calmed down because I thought I was done, or I was at least taking a break. I made some updates. So recently, from left to right, here we have the updated Envy. I much prefer this torso piece for Envy. I have in the middle Takuma, who I had not made prior, and I'm actually really happy with how this came out.
No, never mind. Go on.
And Takuma, I passed by him. He says he's cool with it. He likes it. We couldn't find a hairpiece for him, but he said he wears a hat. And on Twitter, at the LJ Johnson, I posted my sig fig without a face. And I said, hey, help me out here. I'm not happy with the face I have.
Oh, you got
So-
so many good faces, though.
Oh, there were fantastic faces. Like one guy, he had like a salt shaker that had been tipped over, and he put that on my face.
That
It's
was
like
the most accurate one, TBH.
yeah, I know, right?
I like Kazapar doing the suspicious emo.
Yeah. I thought
quite a fan
I
of
wanted
that.
people to have a lot of fun with it. Like, literally just throw whatever on my face. Make me laugh, make me cry, make me rejoice. I wanted people
Make
to
you
just have
wanna
a
die.
good time. And they did. It was awesome. But I finally did find a face I was happy with. It only came out in one set, and it was a LEGO Movie set back in like 2014, 2015. And it's two-sided. I don't have a picture of the other side, but that side I'm pretty
Was it
content with.
expensive to get if it only came out in one set?
Surprisingly not. It was not very expensive at all.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense because although it's exclusive to one set, it's not like
It's
not
very
a
plain.
super
highly
exclusive.
right.
It's
It's a
a fairly standard face.
right, exactly.
But I'm
I think it
content
works
with that.
well for your minifigure. Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
It's not like it was a
I mean, that worked out
certain
for
thing.
me. Cheap is nice. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the other issue I'm having, because I made another order, because somebody here has the worst hair in the world.
It's
We're
not me.
translating into a Lego
don't talk
minifigure.
about X like that.
It's
No,
not.
he has
it's
great
like-
hair.
Is it
fantastic.
really me?
No,
Yeah,
it
it's
isn't.
you, dude.
No,
No
it's never me.
problems.
Okay, so as we can see here, here's a lineup of some of the minifigures I have. And we can see Kahi off, he's the one in the blue shirt. And that's the hairpiece I have been using for him. But unfortunately, he loves to change his hair, so now I have to figure out a more accurate hairstyle.
We
And I've
had
tried this.
You had Okay.
And I've tried this.
Ooh, that last one's
Not
cool.
gonna lie, I'm quite into the last one.
Yeah.
Me too.
I haven't
I know
seen
it's
the last
not.
one.
I know it's not accurate, John, but it has your swoosh.
Yeah.
And
It does
feel
have this swoosh. I feel like the main issue, and this is the main reason why I changed my hair a lot,
just
is
like-
because I'm trying to find the thing between like the balance between looking nice and also costing effectively, essentially.
Yeah.
My hair will grow out really quickly, especially on the sides, and they'll stick out on the sides, which means my hair has to have a lot of volume on top in order to match the sides, else it just kind of looks like it's just kind of going.
I go through a very
far
similar
out.
plight, so I can sympathize.
Right.
Like, do you not have a comb?
Doesn't matter.
No, listen.
Dude. It's just about how
The
it
comb.
grows.
The comb helps you do the hair on top, but the sides, it's sticking straight out. Like, no amount of combing down will change that.
Yep.
And I've tried everything. I've even tried, like, doing gel
For me,
and
it's
everything,
not so
and
much
it just...
stick it out, but it gets really puffy, so I sympathize
Right.
with
So
your...
what I have to do is that I have to, like, shave it essentially as close to my head as possible, and then wait for, like, about 3 weeks, and in 3 weeks, it'll be at a manageable length, and then post 3 weeks, then it gets to be too big, but every 3 weeks, I'll get a haircut. Every 3 to 4 weeks. I get a haircut, like, every month.
See, that boggles my mind.
So...
I can't even begin to fathom that.
That's because you have unruly anime hair.
Yeah, I get a haircut between 4 to 7 months.
Your hair works for you, but I wouldn't exactly say it's, super, like, clean cut professional.
Right.
Like, you can go 4 to 7 months.
I also have to realize that I see people once every so often. So I gotta be,
I see people too.
You gotta dress to impress.
Gotta dress to impress.
It's good to see people, then you know how to approach them. If you couldn't see people at all,
you do.
You'd be in a
You'd
be in a
kind of a bad spot.
I still see people all the time, and if my hair's ever like massively disheveled, you know what I do? Now this is an industry secret, guys. Okay, I don't want to. You guys, you keep this between us, all right?
Yes.
I wear a hat.
Yeah.
I wear a hoodie.
Now that works too. I'm not a big fan of hoodies personally, but
hoodies are out.
I cannot wear either hoodies or hats. It just messes with my hair too much. I can't tolerate it.
I don't mind. Like I don't mind hats, but recently I've been like, I want to wear like branded hats, which means we have to make a TTV hat again. I have to like get that again.
Do it.
Or I'm just gonna get like a boys only club hat.
Do it.
And you have like the septic look.
Yeah, no,
because I'm huge.
I don't know, man. Like. Meso, I think you aptly describe my hair. Everyone seems to. Anime hair, it's just constantly wild, constantly up. Like, I tried it once when right before I got a haircut, my hair was real long.
You got that main character hair?
Yeah, absolutely. And
boy.
I took my hair, and I was like, we recently had seen pictures of Kai from the LEGO Ninjago movie. And so I stuck my hair all the way up.
That one might be pretty accurate. There have been times.
Huh?
Cosplay as Kai for a BrickFeed.
You might be able to. All you need to do is just grab like a red jacket.
Yeah.
I could pull it off easily, hands down.
Hold on, let me look at the Kai minifigure.
Do it.
If my hair gets long enough, which it does, then I could easily do it. Literally, I just gel it up, slick it up, and there you go. We're done. There we go. Yeah. Thanks, Waj. He's on point. He's got a picture. Yep, I can do that.
No, I mean the actual costume though.
Yeah, you need like the red stuff.
I mean, it can't be that difficult. I could always go with his uniform in the LEGO Ninjago City.
That's what I'm saying. That would be easier.
Oh yeah, the tracksuit.
That would be easier. Yeah, the tracksuit thing.
Yeah.
Get a sword.
I have a sword. I have 2 swords.
If you look at Kai in that image, Kai actually has like this kind of, I don't know what to call it, this robe essentially. This like not a komodo, but like a
some sort of a uniform.
Robe. Yeah, so it's not something you could just buy at like Goodwill. But this one you could get a tracksuit. You'd have to it would have to be red. Oh, you can find a tracksuit anywhere. You need to get the circle, like the pin with the
I can just make that a patch. That's easy.
Why did they make the hair like that?
Put a little band-aid. Honestly, that would be really cool.
You got 2 weeks. Make it happen.
I'll see what I can do.
Hair
go to Goodwill.
Well, the problem is I don't think my hair is going to be long enough by that point. Like, I got it cut early June, and it grew back, like, super fast, but I don't think it's going to be quite long enough.
Get hair extensions.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get hair extensions.
Anyway, focusing back on John, neither of these 3 hairstyles are perfect, but I think, actually, I'm going to, go back on my prior thing. I said yesterday we were talking about this. The hair in the middle, the one that's, longer, more, emo-ish, I thought matched the look of some of his pictures. I actually
the spooky
think
guy here.
Either of the other 2, I think, are more accurate because they both have the swoosh. It's just
I
one
think
goes more
the last one.
I think the middle. I still think the middle one's a bit more because it's like the last one is a lot more messier than my hair is now, and it's and there's a lot more volume on the sides. It kind of grows outward, and that's not like the.
You
the
should
shape
probably
that my
mess your hair.
has.
Yeah,
I think legitimately everybody looks better with messy hair.
I just feel like the
I have
swoosh is
so
important.
many jokes, but they're not appropriate for this podcast.
Yeah,
I feel that, John.
I was gonna say, I don't know if
your
that's
pictures when you have the swoosh, like at the Washington Monument or whatever. I feel like that's important, but I feel like the last one's the only one that really captures that. The first one kind of does. It's just more horizontal rather than vertical. It's more combed.
Yeah, no, the first one is is too combed, where it's like.
And that one's not combed enough, so there's no perfect medium.
There's no
I
perfect.
like the last one because if you look at our YouTube banner, it's identical to how you're on.
But here's the thing, though. It's our YouTube banner right now, but by the time that we go and we take another picture, it's going to be a new YouTube banner. Like, that's going to become our new default YouTube banner, and it's going to be a new look.
Is Purple going to commission us a new picture?
We
already struggled to have like the cast members fit onto that one. We're not gonna have room for the new editions.
That's a good point. Well, I don't know. I might ask Purple to draw me something new.
Do it.
Well, we'll see what she can do. But the thing is, like,
we'll see what she can do.
Here's the thing: you talk about branding, and like branding's important. You gotta have a signature look. Like, I can look at Steven Suptic and be like, okay, glasses and the pink hat. Boom, that's him.
But you know that, like, that's a new thing, though. That he just started that this year of Boys Only Club. He's had a ton of different hairstyles across his entire career.
That's what I know him for. That, like,
I know, because you've only known him this year. I'm saying that, like, this is actually a perfect example.
It has to have left an impression on me then, because you gotta have one
exactly.
look and stick with it.
What I'm saying, listen, your example of having a look and sticking with it is literally the person who just changed his look this year and it became iconic. Which is what I'm saying right now, is that, like, I don't like the look I had before, and that's why I'm trying to change it.
An easy way to put it into a way that can be understood is John is currently trying to find his pink hat. That's basically what it is. He's trying to find his version of the pink Steven Suptic hat to make it work.
I'm certain you're not going to stick with it. That's my problem.
Probably not. Yeah, sure.
Probably not. There we go.
I think the thing with branding, my thing with branding is that, like, I have both the names. I'm making the earphones a part of my iconic look now, so there'll be a mainstay in my
hard
thing.
to hear though. If you have to wear earphones at all times,
that one will actually last. Because
I doubt it. You're gonna get sick of wearing those.
Probably, I would.
Yeah,
I'll probably keep them on for a while. They're wireless.
What you're gonna have to do, you're just gonna, like,
you can dedicate. People wear headphones like all the time. They just biking and stuff like that. So
I'll wear them around. I'll wear them around my neck. I'm not gonna wear them.
I think that's where you're
gonna
get sick of them eventually. I also feel like they might fall off. Like, if we had a situation where we have to run through the rain at Brick Fair again, boom, those are gone.
They're not gonna fall off.
They're actually pretty big.
They hook around your neck. It's like they're
pretty stuck in there.
You tried them. They're pretty sturdy.
Fall off, and even then you can have like a wire connected to your phone, so that if it does drop off, it'll just be like a fishing rod,
Eljay, you're gonna need to just bring all these to Brick Fair, and John, she's gonna have to settle for one of them when we're actually there.
I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring all the hairstyles.
Take the photo though, because then it's just.
No, I mean, like, we're gonna take a group photo, and like, there's nothing more accurate, so we'll just have to. You'll settle for that, basically.
In the long run, too, isn't it? Like, I am. You are right. I am not going to stick with the style I have for myself in my early 20s for the rest of my life. So you are right. That is going to change at some point. I'm not gonna stay stagnant with
headphones would probably go well with gray hair,
It goes something, whatever. It's like, that's fashion, man. As soon as styles change, you got to change with them. It's like it's a thing. You
have an iconic look that lasts throughout the ages.
Find one, Eljay.
I don't think
you adopted a Hawaiian shirt.
Yes, I did.
You initially did not have that. Why didn't you stick with your iconic red flannel? Why are you messing with it by adding Hawaiian shirts?
I'm split between them.
I don't think.
Why are you split between them? Why can't you stick with your one iconic
Because they're
look?
both super iconic, and they're seasonal things.
But why'd you change? What was wrong with the red flannel? That was your iconic
Nothing.
look.
I still have the red flannel. I'm bringing it to Brick Fair this
But
year.
why aren't you wearing it for the rest of your life?
Maybe I will. You don't know me. See, one time I tried.
We know your argument.
I tried very hard to look up and find a red flannel Hawaiian shirt, and I was very unsuccessful.
All right.
But if that exists, if someone makes that, it's mine.
Okay, I cannot imagine a situation where that would look good. But I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors in life.
Also, real quick, audience member Spyang, I don't think you know what iconic means. You want to meet me in a back alley and I'll show you what an iconic knuckle sandwich tastes like? No, I'm kidding.
That makes me hungry, dude. I like sandwich.
Lead go down, punk.
Well, all right. We don't actually condone physical abuse against our fans.
We do.
So
We definitely do.
Unless sandwiches are involved, and it's really tasty, you know?
The views endorsed by Eljay are not endorsed by the rest of the TTV
They are.
channel.
Absolutely. Everyone agrees with me. Nobody has ever disagreed with me. I have the best arguments.
Funny joke.
LJ, what? Do you like sausage?
I feel like this is a
Okay,
trick question.
we're gonna pull this back into the LEGO news real quick. Before we go any forward, I do want to talk about the first of our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by the fine people at our Patreon at patreon.com/TTV channel. If you join there for a donation of at least $1 or upwards, you can join our live studio audience. You can see them in the chat over there. We do a little back and forth with them. We have little cool stuff.
Unless you're
Like
looking at
sometimes
a
we do an
bird
after
right
show.
now.
Sometimes you do a thing. If you are looking at a bird, then fair enough, you're not looking at the chat, but you should be looking at the chat because a lot of interesting stuff does go down there. And you can be a part of that, again, by going to our Patreon, patreon.com/TTV channel.
Please do.
So let's jump into the news real quick. We got a kind of a decent sized news docket this week. Nothing too. Last week was really barren. This week is not as barren because we do actually have something really big to talk about. But we're gonna kind of lead into that by talking about a couple things that got released that are a little cool, but not exactly the big news. The first thing that we got are Ninjago Polybags. A couple Ninjago Polybags were found. They're promotional Polybags for the movie. The Green Ninja Mech Dragon and the Quake Mech. And the Quake Mech is interesting because as of right now, it's the only set representation we have of Cole's vehicle.
Poor
Cole was
Cole.
missing a vehicle. And so far in
No,
this
he's
current
got
lineup,
one right there. It's just not very big. It's very
oh
scaled
yeah, exactly.
down.
There we go. That's what it looks like. It is a weird. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure actually that polybag cannot actually stand up by itself. So it's just going to teeter
I
back
think
and
it
forth.
can.
Yeah, I'm 99% certain
Because
can.
Because the wheel under
your
there,
tread?
it looks like
Yeah, I
there's
see
a
that.
square bottom
Huh.
there.
Yeah, that actually, it's not a traditional wheel. It looks like it's a bunch of different. I don't actually think that wheel moves at all.
There's nothing there.
okay.
It's made to resemble a wheel.
It's
There's
just
no wheel whatsoever.
Yeah, right. There's no wheel.
Yeah.
No, I see that because the piece on top of it is actually stuck there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
there's two of those, like what they used as like those straw hats. They used to use them as straw hats in yellow, but they have like actual pieces for that right now. That's what they are. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a big bowl, but it's one on each side, and then there's cheese
I like
pieces.
this thing a lot. This is like on a very small scale, but I feel it's very accurate model.
Yeah. It's bigger than what we usually have in polybags.
Yeah.
I cannot fathom how they're gonna pull this off in full scale.
I don't know either. I
It's
mean,
not
they
gonna
might
be
do something.
full scale model, 100%.
I don't know.
You don't think that it's gonna
they're
be
probably-
a full scale set?
I think it's going to be a set
I
at some
know
point.
it's not going to be a full scaled set.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I've seen the images. I will bet you $5 million on that because
how
I've
about we
seen.
reduce that to $5 and I'll take you on.
No, but if you look
No.
at that, it even uses like old pieces that you barely see used, and it's
Well,
there's
they're not gonna
so
make it
many
exactly
parts that are
like
going to
that.
have to be in there. Like that's not going to be a set at all.
I
don't think
think
it's
it'll
gonna be
be
set?
scaled down. I
It's
think
going
it'll
to
be
How-
be
how
a
much-
set.
like,
It's going to be a scaled down set, but it's not going to be the size.
Oh,
that
yeah,
you see
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
image.
yeah.
That's what
it's
I'm going for.
gonna
Oh,
be
yeah, okay.
minifigure
That's
scale.
all we're
course.
talking about. None of the
Oh,
none of this-
Ninjago movie
none of
the
them
one
are.
in the, yeah,
Yeah.
but the one in the image there, that is still minifig scale though.
Well,
Yeah, all of them are minifig scale.
I mean is
technically.
like they're going to make it the scale comparable
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
definitely,
fire
yeah.
mech.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, if you still want to have this bet, I'd love to have this bet. It's fun.
No, that I was thinking of a different bet.
Darn it, man.
Nice.
Darn
You
it. I wanted to have that so I could say,
Bet
people
on
told me
it,
Doomfist
bet
wasn't going to be in the game. Look where we are now.
So
Yeah,
that's
pretty
cool.
much.
Um,
I like this thing. I don't
It
know when they're going to
has-
sell it, but I'd like to get it.
It has two of those black like recolored gold ingot pieces on either arm. That's pretty much the only notable pieces that you can see. Maybe the little connectors that you see back on the shoulders. I don't know what they're called, but behind the subwoofers, it connects the arms, and then there's also another connector on the other side. That's a really useful part, and it's not super rare, but it's definitely like a useful part. So that's like the parts that stick out in terms of usefulness in that set. But I do think the dragon is probably the best polybag we've seen so far, because that is a polybag that we're getting mixel joints in, and I don't know if we've
That's
done
true.
that before.
Are great.
We're getting a lot of good mixel joints.
You can never go wrong.
And sand
with
green.
Mixel joints. They are grand.
green.
The dragon is very cool. I really like how they're making smaller scale adaptations of all of the ninja vehicles. I don't know why they're doing it per se, but it works well. They look neat. They look fresh and fun. And I really like a lot of aspects of the design, especially that they were able to give so many points of articulation on such a small character. I find that really cool.
But why does it have blue eyes when the actual one has yellow eyes? That's what I don't understand.
What even is that piece that gives it blue eyes?
It's
that's just a
literally
normal
just a stud.
It's just yeah.
You know how a gill is
I
made,
guess there's no
Meso?
excuse. Yeah.
Yep, like that.
I don't understand. You do get like those the pieces that you used for his feet and hands are also really useful in this set, and of course there's the sand green. But I don't know. I mean, the reason why they're making the polybags is that I think that these big sets is essentially like the bulk of what you recognize with the movie, because there's not any recognizable characters for the average viewer, because if they're not into Ninjago, they're not going to know the characters. So they'll have like these, I saw this big dragon in the trailer, and then there's a small version of that dragon. You know, it's instantly recognizable. I think of all the things that can make into polybags, this is probably their best bet.
Yep. Me likey.
Think so too. All right, let's go through some of the other stuff here real quick, because we do have I can foresee a giant discussion is going to pop up at the end here, so I want to kind of make sure we get that. So real quick, DC Superhero Girls Miniland figures. Lego had this event where they gave instructions out for and I guess the parts for Miniland figures for Supergirl and Wonder Woman. And so this was kind of cool. I think you could get it while supplies last in certain LEGO stores. But now it's made out of like basic bricks you can get anywhere. So you can just kind of assemble them. So if you really want them, you can get them from BrickLink, the parts and stuff, and kind of put them all together.
That is provided that you use BrickLink and have an account and a credit card.
Highly
Yes,
recommend
that's true.
BrickLink.
You could also just go to Brick Fair, Virginia, and get those parts from there too. And also say hi to us while you're
sellers
there.
are at Brick Fair.
Heck yeah.
They are. All right. The next thing that is going on right now is a Wonder Woman BrickHeadz. They released instructions for it. They actually have a building event in LEGO stores right now where you can actually get this Wonder Woman BrickHeadz.
I wanted to buy this thing, but I was quite dismayed.
But why?
It would only be from the
But
LEGO store.
they don't actually have them at the LEGO store. This is not an official
it's a building
set.
contest. That's why I was dismayed.
Right.
I mean, probably
You
what
won't be
we
able to
should
find that at
do-
Walmart.
Like
But
this year at Brick Fair, we could probably go to the LEGO store and go to Pick a Brick and get these pieces.
Are you sure?
Maybe. I
Because
don't know if they have all of them.
most-
They have some
most
exclusive
of them.
prints.
well, I don't. Pick a Brick is a very weird selection of parts, and I would like maybe 2 or 3 of these pieces in this set is at that wall.
2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah, because that's been my experience with Pick a Brick. This is though, I haven't been in many LEGO stores through my life. I think I've been to 4 through my entire life. So
That's fair. I don't know. Well, I'll check it out. We have to go to a LEGO store anyway, so.
yeah, the Pick a Brick wall, not the Pick a Builds. But why is this? So this to get like, what do you do to get this Wonder Woman? It's basically not a set, so you can't really get it.
No, you got to go to a building event at the LEGO store.
Yeah,
and then
they'll
after that
provide
event
you
is
the
done,
specific
then
pieces.
you can't get Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Pretty much.
I don't think, because like the thing with BrickHeadz is that it's basically like collectible characters inside of Lego, basically to rival that of what you basically those vinyl figures that you see everywhere. And so a big part of that is collecting them, but it seems like they're doing everything so that you can't. Like they're doing everything that goes against that concept, and that just seems really weird to me. Because like Wonder Woman is a pretty big character, and you can't physically buy her if you want it. And I just
that is true.
That is puzzling
I mean,
to
Wonder
me.
Woman had the biggest. She's had one of the biggest runs for a superhero movie this year. She definitely has one of the most well received. She has the most well received
So why isn't
movie in
she
the
a
DC
set
Extended
then?
Universe. I don't know. Maybe they just
Why,
didn't like
Lego?
bank on her.
Well, actually, technically speaking, she is a set. She was released in the San Diego Comic-Con box.
Pretty much.
To be fair, this isn't like a sexist thing or whatever because Lego has not really Superman either. Superman is a huge. Obviously, he's one of the biggest superheroes of all time.
Yeah,
He doesn't
Superman
have a
hasn't had
BrickHeadz yet.
movie since BrickHeadz came out.
That is also true. And I feel like, I mean, they did the Lego Batman wave, decided to capitalize on that initially. And now
They
I
could have
feel
very
like it was
easily
a
done Wonder
they,
Woman.
I mean,
Ares.
they did a pirates, themed BrickHeadz. So they thought that movie was going to do really well. They just bet on the wrong horse.
Yep.
They
I would've
really should have
totally bought
doubled down
Wonder
on
Woman
Wonder
and
Woman.
Ares, 100%. No
Yeah,
questions
exactly, right?
asked.
Yeah.
But
So-
alas, that is what it is.
There you go. You just have to kind of, do that. There's also moving on from that, unless anyone has anything else to say about the BrickHeadz. We
Not
good?
particularly.
I'm just puzzled by Lego's decisions regarding them. But yes,
Yeah,
we can move on.
honestly I am too. Wonder Woman should have been. It's an obvious choice, and I mean she had an amazing movie this year. So, the Friends Accessory Set was revealed. I think someone found a picture of it on their local Lego certified store a while ago, and finally they've released like official images from it. It's been revealed on Facebook. So if you wanted some accessories from the Lego Friends line, and also or like the City line, you can kind of get that. Mostly they're just kind of like a quick set of random parts. The Friends accessory has like a grill and like a sound stage and a couple bunnies and a carrot and a swan and just like
I like the swan build.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like
swan
it.
build's kind of nice. There's skateboarders, all this other stuff. Friends
Is
has
that
a lot of
pineapple
awesome.
in the back there?
There is a pineapple.
I like
There's
the
also,
pineapple.
this.
What's it doing
Is
out
that
of the
supposed
sea?
to be? Is that supposed to be like a? Well, like a drink maker in the background.
I
Is
think
that
that's
what's
like
supposed to be?
Like a smoothie maker? Yeah.
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 Yeah, I could go for a
think all
smoothie
of
right
these
now.
are really cool. If you remove
The ping pong table.
the ping pong table is really cool. I mean, if you remove some of those bright, rosy, like dark pink basically the Friends colors, then it just looks like normal accessories. But I do like the concept of these packs alone, because a lot of people, because that's something I think Lego's been pushing, is that they're making stuff for people that are basic, like making a huge Lego city in their basement, basically with the packs with all the minifigures in them, for example, with the beach set and the park set. And so they're making these accessories for people that just, it looks really empty on this part of my town. I can buy this accessory set. So I think these, like the sets themselves, aren't really super exciting, but what they represent for like what we might get later and what some people are making under their basement, this probably means a lot. So,
That's actually a really great point you made about the colors. I don't think... Now, maybe this is just because I haven't been to a whole lot of places, but I have never seen a pink bench out in the wild before.
Nor
Have you guys?
Well, I
no,
think
a lot of
I did.
benches.
No, I did see one. I did see one in like there was a park and it was like very specially painted. It was made to stand out. So it's
Okay.
definitely not what average, like a normal bench. They aren't painted that way.
Okay, that's what I thought. Like, I've seen a pink fire hydrant before.
I have never seen that.
Yeah. It's really
How
weird.
strange.
I think it's just to fit with the aesthetic of the rest of the Friends set, but that is like a
Oh,
point.
definitely,
But
that's what it
definitely,
is.
Like I said, if you want to make them fit into your town, then you definitely have to switch those colors around. But
Yeah.
the tennis table alone, that looks plausible. Just looks really bright.
Yeah, I think so. I've actually seen ping pong tables and not exactly that color, but in bright colors before.
All right.
So
That's cool.
that does not
Cool.
surprise me at all.
Cool.
All right, let's move on to the final thing, the actual thing that we're all kind of eager to talk
Yes.
about.
Bring it.
No one say
DC
anything negative
superhero
from this
set.
point on.
I must.
DC superhero sets revealed for 2018. They're going to be displayed at San Diego Comic-Con. They're going to be released in January of next year, and they have some pretty cool figures that we haven't gotten here before. Some characters that I've been wanting
Good
to see from
positivity.
the
Good.
comics.
They
But-
suck.
No, but nope. These are perfect. These are
Shut up.
spectacular.
They suck.
Shut up.
I don't like
Nope.
Speed
these
Force
are-
Freeze
How
Pursuit.
dare you be negative?
Speed Force Freeze Pursuit is the worst out of the bunch. We're gonna start with that one, I feel, because this one I actually feel is pretty like
unacceptable.
No, I just
Are you saying? Go on.
Am I saying what?
I feel like that one's actually the best.
Why are you like this?
If you look at the little snow plow thing in the corner there, if you look at that, this is really weird because this is actually probably the worst thing that you can say about Lego sets. Like the first thought of a lot of people that saw that set, me included, is that it looks like it's from a bootleg.
Right. It looks just
like everywhere. There's no like symmetry. Everything is.
It looks like something I built as a kid. Like when I was like, and I was like smashing Lego together, and I was like, this is a cool vehicle. I added wheels to it. And
That's
it's
a
like,
plus, guys. If it looks like something a kid would make, then obviously it's speaking to the imagination.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this set has the most unique minifigures.
Yeah.
I feel like I like
the Flash minifigure we've gotten before. I believe we gotten that Cyborg minifigure before too. It does have Reverse Flash, which I don't. Well, no, we have gotten Reverse Flash before.
Really? Okay, never mind.
I believe so.
Reverse Flash.
I believe. Let me look.
I'm fairly
confirm.
certain we haven't.
The other sets have like a few cool minifigures, but I'm not into the dog.
What was I thinking of? Who's in the Gorilla Grodd?
Captain Cold.
Captain Cold. You're right.
You're thinking of?
This is the first Reverse Flash we've ever gotten in Lego.
Is that supposed to be Killer Frost?
Yeah. That is Killer Frost.
And it looks outstanding.
I like the chopper.
The chopper looks very military because
the worst straw hat.
I like the cockpit because it uses actually the new X-wing cockpit piece, which is incredibly nice windshield. It's a bit pricey on the
I feel like
it's
side. Designed well. I feel like it has multiple applications and could have relevance in non-superhero builds.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah,
and it also has a neat color scheme.
Yeah, because it's a neutral color, and like most of these sets that we're getting are like very bright colors, and you could put this and like replace it with like a bunch of military figures and add some like modern guns to them, and just put it in the helicopter, and it would look like modern military.
That I can kind of get behind. I do feel like the asymmetrical like cannon to the right, I guess, or it's the left of the vehicle, but it's like our right. That giant cannon meant to represent his eye is a little weird.
Which giant cannon?
I didn't notice. On
the right of the helicopter. Our right. Not the helicopter's right.
It's supposed to be like
he has this giant like
the cannon
that
you mean the cannon that shoots out the little net that's laying there?
I don't know if it does or not. I
it does. That's
I guess so,
those pieces are made for.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Because that's
it looks
a spectacular
really interesting.
function.
Yeah.
Are you done with your bit?
What are you doing?
Listen, man. Last time we talked negatively about DC sets, it was because we had a very
I'm talking
clear...
positive right now, dude.
Exactly. Like X, he's in on the program. We have to not have a bias, okay? Marvel movies are just as good as DC movies, and so are their sets.
And Lego Marvel sets are just as bad as DC sets.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Actually, no. Honestly speaking, the DC sets in this wave are better than the Marvel sets we got for the last wave.
How dare
good. I like the Detroit Steel as much as the next person. You know, as in terms of like having Lola and actually having the new Iron Man and all different. Marvel.
But it was good.
It's not the best set, but it is pretty. I thought it was pretty good in terms of concept, and everyone had Miss Marvel, which was kind of interesting, but it didn't. The Adaptoid was such a lame figure that I couldn't get behind.
The Adaptoid set was awful. The Guardians of the Galaxy sets were meh. The Thor Ragnarok sets are trash.
Thor Ragnarok
there weren't exactly a whole lot of set pieces you could replicate from Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
There are a few I could have imagined they could have done better, but it would have been
I haven't seen the movies, I don't know.
So.
Yeah, no, part of that movie is, I mean, like, it's going to be out on DVD, but part of that movie just is centered around not knowing who the villain is, so it's
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But these
if you haven't seen it by now, you don't care.
The Chopper one, I feel, is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's great. The Snowmobile
it's the least, like, interesting set to me, because although I will get behind what X is saying about repurposing the helicopter, nothing stands out to it as something that could be made with the DC line.
So,
like nothing. The other two sets are going to be stuff that are directly lifted from the comic stuff that you would see from the DC Comics line.
I see what you
This
mean.
one isn't. There's no it's literally just a helicopter that's with a cyborg skin applied to it. You just unlock that in the loot box and equip it.
That putting the bit down for a second because you guys don't have a funny bone in your body. More,
You're right.
I this is not the worst of these sets. Maybe it's a bad adaptation, but it's not a bad set. If you want to talk about the worst, Lex Luthor's mech takedown is absolutely.
I hate this thing when
You're
they
out of your
package.
gosh dang mind. That color scheme is atrocious.
It's Lex Luthor's color scheme.
And
That's what
hideous.
it's adapted from the
is
comics.
This
disgusting.
set,
Sure, but
this
like it's
set is they've already done a Lex Luthor mech. I feel it was redundant to make one that's worse. I feel like they should have they already made one that had his color scheme, but it was not as overt. It wasn't as blatant. It was dialed down a little bit.
I
Poor
like this mech.
articulation. It's a weird looking mech. You've got absolutely like this isn't the fault of the Lego designers, but that color scheme is absolutely awful.
Give me a second.
it is definitely not
I don't
the
think
best.
that colors like look exactly like that in real life. It's more just like the light and just how this photo is.
It definitely is. The picture is awfully saturated, and I feel that was something because of the website. I really do think that's
it's not the green. Yeah, the green is not that kind of. It's a gross green in this. I don't think it's going to look that.
It's probably going to be the
neon.
I think isn't it the same green used on Lewa?
Yeah, I was about to say. I can't think of a system set to compare to, but basically, yeah, it's Lewa's green in the reboot. But even still, I know it's saturated. I don't like that color scheme. I think it's horrible. I don't think the mech looks good. It looks very blocky, very chunky. It's not smooth. It's not streamlined.
It's very like traditional cockpit in the middle mech. Like I don't understand why you guys are bashing so much in this. I like the look.
Same.
Like overall,
I like that traditional look, but it doesn't look like it was streamlined at all.
What do you mean?
The problem is they took the prior Lex Luthor mech they released, and they said this is too stubby. This is too short. So let's stretch it out and just make it super vertical and give it like incredibly spindly limbs and just throw stickers on them.
You think it looks spindly?
I do.
I think
the
it looks
arms
just
are too.
I wouldn't say spindly.
It looks exactly like an Exoforce mech, but just a little bit short. I think that's what's getting to me a lot, is that it just resembles Exoforce a lot. But I do actually genuinely like this mech a lot. I do agree upon the thing with the colors, but that's just because they're really bright. But that's just how Lego does it. It's how
it's saturated how it looks, but it's adapted from the source material. You know, like that's what we're getting is something that's adapted from the source material. These are the colors that Lex Luthor has.
I don't know anything about the source material whatsoever.
Right.
I know Lex Luthor and all that, but like I don't follow any modern comics or anything.
If you don't like the mech, that's fine. But like for me, that doesn't. It's like,
did this mech not follow the source material?
I don't know.
I mean, partially too. Yeah. I mean, those are both adaptations of later mechs they had.
There's a lot more gray. There's a lot more like neutral. There's a lot less of the bluish purple. And this one kicked it up. It was just an accent color in that one, and this one's kicked it up to like I think that's just like medium blue, and there's no purple at all. Am I wrong?
It's
right, but like,
purple.
I would say that like this mech is way better built than that mech. The colors look off, but.
From a structural standpoint, perhaps that one is quite stubby, but I also feel like that one has a more consistent look.
Yeah,
I don't know.
See, the thing with the stubby mech is that it looks smooth. It looks like a suit of armor. This looks like something someone made in a cave with a box of scraps.
Well, I mean, I don't get how you're saying it looks like that. This one looks stubby and this one doesn't. I think that at least they're equal in terms of. Actually, are you getting this? I'm not seeing it.
I'm really confused to which one you're talking about. Like to me, the first mech that I've seen you guys posted, it just looks really bland. But like it looks like to me the tallest one, or like the most like proportionally mech-y one is like the latest one. To be honest,
let's streamline this. The mech Meso and I like 2012 mech. This one 2018 mech. 2012 mech just looks like. It's supposed to be Lex's suit of armor. It looks like
it doesn't look like armor though. It looks like a mech.
I mean,
How does it
looks
look
like a better
armor
mech.
on him? Like, where are you
It
getting that?
looks like a much better mech because it's streamlined, it's consistent, it's
but you
coherent.
just said it looked like armor.
Consistent with what?
I mean, yeah, to me, it does look like armor. It looks like a massive
but you're
suit of
saying,
armor.
does it look like armor or does it look like a mech?
I mean, it looks a little both. Column A, column
Alright.
B.
Yeah.
The set is called Power Armor Lex, so
Yeah,
it is a
that's
mech,
my
but like
thing.
it's supposed to be like armor. This thing looks like a Hero Factory Invasion from Below mech that's just been like ported into.
Yeah,
DC.
that's why I think the reason why I love the most recent mech is because there's a lot of more sharper edges, which to me look better for a mech. It looks more bulky. It looks more.
The 2012 Lex is like the Hulkbuster to 2018 Lex's Kai's Fire Mech. Basically, that's how I am using it as
I
an
don't know
analogy.
what either
Yeah,
of those
sure.
two mean.
One's more stout, it's more like armored up. The other one's more stretched out, and it has bad posability because it can't actually like bend.
All mechs have bad.
I mean,
posability,
it has the
that's
same
made by LEGO.
posability as a 2012 mech. I actually got
Yeah.
that one. You can't. It's not like it has knee articulation. It has the exact same. In fact,
is
it's a little
true.
better because like this mech right now has like a long arm, has elbow articulation.
This might be a subtle thing, but the 2012 mech has ball jointed shoulders, and this mech has ratcheted shoulders.
Probably
Yeah, I
because of
feel
the
like
weapon.
these arms have
Yeah,
a lot
probably
more
because
detail.
of the weapon.
right.
It's heavier.
Yeah.
You can
I'll put
actually
it
hold
this
it
way.
time.
This picture sucks. If this actually turns out to be purple and green, I'll probably change my tune. It looks blue to me.
It's gonna be purple.
I
I
can
think.
I can
Man, so
understand
this
that.
brings me back to Bionicle League days, man. Just
I know.
discussing
I like this
colors.
stuff.
I'm
Color.
getting so
It's just weird.
nostalgic.
The blue and green color scheme makes me want to vomit. If it actually turns out to be darker green and darker purple, I bet I could swallow this more.
Yeah,
bet I'd be less harsh.
I hate
Sure.
how this thing is constructed. Hate is obviously it's
Wait, the latest one?
hyperbolic.
Why?
I'm exaggerating
The
a little bit. I
latest
don't
one.
hate it, but
But like,
I'm not
is
a
it?
fan.
Do you not like snot techniques? Like, what is it?
This doesn't use a whole lot of snot techniques. There are open
In the middle,
ball-
it does. Around the cockpit.
Yeah.
And
There's
honestly,
so
around the
much stuff.
cockpit, it's my least favorite part because you have the cockpit and then you have the smoothing right around it, and then it kind of just cuts off in a flat surface right above it, right before it gets into the arms. And in the arms, there are these giant blocks
What?
Yeah, I mean,
on the shoulders. It's a very
I mean,
inconsistent
they're not
molding.
just giant blocks. They have like so the Under Armour
The arms
has
are
the
pretty
socket
ugly.
point, right? But it has
To be
the
honest.
curve on the outside.
The
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
the arms-
they're different shapes all over. Some
Yeah,
of them are blocks. Some of them are smooth and rounded. Like Kai's mech and the Hulkbuster, they're so consistent in one specific.
whoa, LJ.
Yeah.
Hulkbuster is a Marvel set.
Oh,
You
you're
can't
right.
like Marvel,
Ooh,
especially
you
when we're
caught me.
comparing it to DC.
Ooh,
What
okay.
are you doing?
Thank you. You caught me.
This set is
Wow.
automatically good because of that.
I feel like if
You're right.
the inside of the arms, inside of the upper arms had a different piece other than just the brick,
The flat.
I feel
Maybe.
like I might like it better if they rounded it
Maybe.
more.
You know,
I mean, it's
can't
not
think
a
of it
perfect
after
set. I think that you guys. I would not say that this is the worst of the.
I
I
would
will
take
bunch,
this
but
way.
in
I
terms
will
of build
fully admit
and in terms
that
of I have the 2012 one, and I think this is better.
I will
in terms
fully
of-
You don't
admit
have
that
this one.
while I do have legitimate critiques against the build, the colors might sway me. So I'll wait and see.
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
do not think that the colors are going to sway me at all. I definitely think that the Speed Force is a better looking set than this.
I'm sure Lego will miss your purchase that you were going to give it. even
Oh,
if
yeah,
it was
I
a
know,
good-looking
right?
Set. No,
I'm sorry,
I want to
Lego.
give my closing thoughts though on this
Do
mech
it.
is that like the
Okay,
one
go for
thing that I don't like a lot about Lego's mechs is that they look too action figure-y most of the time. What I really like about mechs is that you can add because it's a robot. It's not a humanoid figure. That therefore you can add so much detail to make it look so much more mechanical. And so that's why I'm not a big fan of the 2012 one because it uses so many smooth panels. And while you can go with a very smooth look and make a mech look very organic, to me it just looks bland. This mech, it uses a lot of cool Lego techniques, like for example with the T-tubes on the knees, for example, to make like those panels with the stickers on it. That look there's kind of like a cool texture going on there.
Mhm.
But I feel
Yeah.
like this mech is also kind of budget hit them, because if you look at the what are they called, man? It's not arms, it's legs. Oh my, it's legs and the cockpit, and then that's where the budget cuts off. Because like if you look behind the cockpit, like Eljay said, that's probably like most of like the what makes up the structural exoskeleton of the mech, but it looks very flat, and you see like a bunch of these big pieces. So I would like this. I would like this mech a lot more if we got the same level of detail on the legs as we did with the arms, because the arms are straight up completely ugly. I like that they're trying to make have articulation more with instead of just having it on the hands themselves. They kind of like elbows going on here, like Kahi said. And I do like the weapon a lot as well, because it's transparent and cool. But I do want, like, one thing that we haven't talked about at all with these sets is that there's a lot of cool accessories. Like if you look at the Batman's wings, right?
Yeah,
there's those fiery things coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can fire them a lot, but they look really cool. You know, it looks like because it looks like it's supposed to be on his back.
They're doubling down on the flick fire pieces from the hands.
Yeah, everything shoots.
There was a Spider-Man, right? In Spider-Man, they introduced like a new web piece that you could fire. I think they're kind of doubling down on that. There's an ice
piece is older
thing
than
for
the
it for Killer
Spider-Man
Frost.
set.
But the one piece that has intrigued me incredibly a lot that you see in all of these sets, or actually just the two bottom sets, is right next to all the studs that you see laid in front of the minifigures, all the way to the left, there is a 1x2 plate, but it has round sides. And I'm wondering, and I have never, that piece has never been done before. A lot of people have always wanted a piece like that, but it's never been done. And there's a lot of LEGO system things that are possible if that piece is exactly what we think it is. But my question is what is it for?
That's true. I don't.
That's
is it related? Do you think it's related to the?
I do not know.
Yeah, and I mean that's my. I have absolutely no idea what it could be used for. And
could be related to the Bat Mech, maybe, because it's the only. This is the only.
Just an extra piece.
Maybe. Because I'm looking at the Bat Mech, like the actual, or not the Bat Mech, the Bat Drone, I guess, and it is like the middle of it is upside down. Like they took the middle part, not the cockpit, but they flipped it and then they attached the wings to it. I don't know why they did that, but there might be something on the bottom that might connect to something.
I do look now,
for Batman to jump on, or
what I see now though is that if you look at the helicopter, and by the way, I just want to mention, like I was going to mention this about the helicopter, but then we went on the whole hate the mech tantrum. But one thing about the helicopter that I think is really cool is that if you look at the very front, there is one of those we call them haircom pieces. It's like it's a lightsaber bar connected to a mixel joint ball, basically, and that is a pretty cool attention to detail, because it reminds me of what I put in the chat here. I accidentally posted the same link like 100 times, but either way, that's a modern Pablo helicopter, and as you can see, I don't remember what they're called, but at the front of a lot of helicopters, there's like this big round ball, and it's really important. Don't remember what it does or what it's called. But I think that's what it's supposed to resemble, and I think that was a really cool attention to detail.
Very nice.
That's actually really cool.
Credit is due.
Yeah, I didn't notice that before.
The helicopter's good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the last one, the Superman Crypto
and arguably the best one.
Yeah, the best one, hands down, in my opinion, out of all of these.
I don't like the dog.
How dare you?
Sure.
That's killer vehicle, and as like Kahi said, is that you don't really make that huge connection. Like if you walk into a room and then you see like a helicopter, you're not like, oh, that's Cyborg's helicopter. If you walk in and you're a fan of Lobo, then you instantly recognize that.
Yeah,
and
this is definitely Lobo's. I love it. It's such a unique, it's a unique vehicle. I love like the attention to detail they have with the skull in the front, everything. I love how like alien it looks. It does not look like something that you would find. That's the thing with the Cyborg helicopter. One, it just looks like something that you would find for any other set. You could find that, you could put that in jungle, recolor it like, tan, and then it would be like, or like Lego City, for example, make it white and blue.
It's a good thing.
Depending on your
Okay.
outlook.
I think it's
I
I do think it's a good thing as well.
yeah,
that
it's
if you're
good
buying
for
it from a
people
superhero
that want a
perspective.
military helicopter. It's not good for people that are a fan of Cyborg. So it's a double-edged sword, to
Right.
be honest.
Like,
It's-
if you're a
it's
fan
like-
of Cyborg,
it was like
no, I'm
the-
kidding.
It's like the stupid thing with the Hulk set, where you had like the two dune buggies or whatever.
kidding?
It's like, why would the
Have you
Hulk
ever seen
need the two buggies?
before?
I have not.
I have not
Are you
either.
living under a rock? That thing is. I was really excited to see that in the movie.
I cannot make a claim because I'm not a fan of Lobo. This thing looks really cool, and if you say it's accurate, I'll trust you. This seems like a bad set because it's like a motorcycle that you can't actually do anything with because it doesn't have wheels.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I mean,
that's
it's-
we've
it's
It's a
had
gotta get
flying
set.
motorcycle.
I
It's
like-
a ship.
I like
it's
it
like
as a
when
flying
car-
motorcycle.
Like you're like, oh, this is a motorcycle. Cool. Can't wait to roll it around. Oh wait, it doesn't have wheels.
I think. Listen, it's a flying vehicle that people end up calling a motorcycle. So it's like, that's like saying you give a kid a plane. He's like, well, it has no wheels, so I can't fly it. It obviously has wings. They're gonna know what to do with it. I don't think it's. I think that's a little.
It's small,
Just saying.
cool, unique, and it has a lot of cool pieces on it. You can see at the front that the skull thing that got there. That's a printed or stickered Nexo Knight shield in white,
I'm a sucker for skulls. So.
and that's really cool.
Floss.
And there's also the little I don't know what it's called, but like the Superman prison kryptonite thing that we got there. Those panels we've only had in dark blue so far, and those panels were incredibly cool. And I'm just welcoming pretty much any color they can give us. And there's so many different like what we touched upon earlier, and that there's so many different like weird textual shooty thingies. Like I'm sure there's so many like different things you can do in sci-fi or anything to recognize detail. Like you can make neon plants with these for all I know.
Mhm.
So that's cool.
Well, that's grand. That is quite cool.
But the Lobo minifigure is really solid. I'm really glad we're gonna get him in minifigure form finally. There's a
He
lot
does
of
look
attention to
killer.
detail on the torso and on the face. It's a really great face. Superman, I'm a little disappointed. We still have not seen New 52 Superman like at all. Someone did point out in the comments of the news video that it does look like we're getting not exactly New 52, but close to New 52 designs for Batman and maybe Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman had a different design initially in the New 52, and they kind of scaled it back. But we have not seen the New 52 Superman, even though he was in one of the Lego Batman video game sequels.
Huh.
You see, there's a
Interesting.
reason for that.
Nobody likes Superman.
There it is.
Not even the movie maker. Anyway, carry on.
Superman.
Especially not the movie makers.
Especially not. Yeah, that's cool. I have no beef.
I also
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a good.
I got some
It's a
ham,
good
but no
price set
beef.
too.
It's like $20, right?
I don't think we
Um,
know.
We don't know, but it probably is because they said that the prices are going to range from
Well,
$19.99 to
Forbes
$39.99.
suggests it.
If they give a range,
Yeah.
it's an accurate range. If they say it's like from 20 to
Forbes
whatever.
Forbes would not print that range if it had not been insinuated
No,
to
yeah.
them at some
With Lego
capacity.
press releases and the knowledge they get, it's how people are always able to deduce stuff. Like
Did
with
we
Toy
get
Fair
this?
using that, it matters.
We did not get this.
Nope. Alas.
I think it was. They will. Lego is weird. Sometimes they will do an exclusive reveal with one outlet. Sometimes it's the Wall Street Journal. Like you remember last year, Wall Street Journal had the Batman v Superman sets as an exclusive. Sometimes it's Forbes. Other times it's just other news outlets.
Can't wait
that they
for our
will
exclusive
contact.
reveal, the 2020 Bionicle reboot.
Okay, you can continue to dream.
We can dream.
But
Really.
Yeah, okay, listen,
I don't want it. Like, if you hear this, don't do it unless it's system. Anyway, carry on.
this is a screenshot from the Lego Batman 3, and you can see the Superman actually is very different. He has the
Oh,
he has the
very
belt.
different. He's not wearing ready tighties.
He's not wearing the whitey tighties, and the
Ready,
S
get it
symbol's a
right.
little different.
Jeez.
But
Wonder Woman looks really
Oh.
sassy in that photo.
Wonder Woman, see, like that's the thing. The people are like, some guys said it's the new 52 version of Wonder Woman, and I'm like, it's not really though. It's like it's really just the old version of Wonder Woman with like I think
Silver
it might be
instead
a
of
little
gold.
different.
Mm.
No, well, in the new 52, it's actually way different. She actually has the boots are different. It's blue. The
wait,
actual
wait,
design
wait,
on the
no.
thing.
That one.
What?
It's just old Wonder Woman. Like in the game, it's just Wonder Woman with silver instead of gold.
No, the boots are a different color. Look at the minifigure that we have really coming out right now. The boots are red in that one. This one they're blue with the silver highlight.
Ooh,
I'm not comparing it to the minifigure. I'm just saying it's like in the game.
I like it without the gold the most. TBA.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm not
I mean
comparing
that's
that. It's like classic Wonder Woman. Like that game picture you posted. The only difference between that game photo and what I know Wonder Woman to be is that she's missing the gold. Like this minifigure,
the costume is different.
Fairly standard.
there are some tweaks.
I mean, there's it's a tweak for the character in terms of.
I have
like,
a question.
All right.
We skipped it, but while we're talking about character redesigns and tweaks, what have they done anything to Batman?
Batman
sets?
is so from what I could gather,
got
comparing
something
Batman
back.
He looks
goes
weird.
underneath a different. He does have a different like look almost every time they do. It just slight changes. Sometimes they used to go with the pure black one initially with the LEGO Batman sets. Then they started doing the gray, and then at some points they did the gray and blue.
That might
this
be
one
another
is.
reason why I was biased against the Lex Luthor mech set. I hate the minifigures. Batman looks particularly ugly.
It's
to
because he has like this backpack thing that I believe might attach to the mech. Maybe
It doesn't
I don't know why
attach
he
to the
hasn't.
mech. It attaches
Oh,
to
you
that
know.
black glider thing.
Oh, so the glider's like his wings?
Probably. And
Yeah, sorry,
if I had to
that's
hazard
what I
a
meant.
guess-
That's what I meant. I was
you mean
talking
like
about the
you
bat,
mean
the
like the
bat
bat
like
mech?
drone,
Yeah,
the
I
bat,
get
yeah,
you.
the bat drone, yeah. No, he doesn't attach to Lex Luthor's mech. No, don't make
That's
any sense.
actually killer.
But yeah.
If that's actually how it is, it's really cool.
I think that's what. There's no reason for that to be on his back outside of anything
you are
else.
correct.
So
Well, in that case,
Wonder
I
Woman.
look forward to seeing that. What about Wonder Woman?
No, just we're talking about Wonder Woman, and I just wanted
yeah,
to
I posted
contribute.
2 pictures. This is one of the old Wonder Woman and one of the new one, or the
Oh.
new 52 version.
She looks
Okay.
she looks
like
attractive.
Wonder Woman.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Obviously it's still part of the costume. It's just it's a very different costume. I mean, anybody choose pictures, they're not.
some interesting
They're not the
pictures.
same.
You'd mentioned like the boots, but like the boots aren't like they're cropped out of these pictures.
People, yeah, they. Well, I was talking directly on the minifigure. Comparing the 2 minifigures, it's
Yeah.
not just a palette swap.
That's
it is
true.
the boots
I
are the
wasn't
big thing on the
comparing the
minifigures.
minifigures.
Yeah, it was a difference.
Okay, well, I mean,
comparison.
comparing the 2 characters too, there's a lot more differences.
We'll say both.
Traditional
yeah.
Wonder Woman
there,
has
there are
the
more
issue.
differences for the characters, and on the minifigures, never forget those boots.
So
Yeah,
you
Hashtag.
that's Wonder
Kids.
Woman.
So what
Don't
you're saying
forget
is
the
that you like the Lobo set?
Sure. I
Yeah.
like the Lobo set.
Like out of all the Wonder Woman talk that we just did.
It's
I
the
probably
best set in
won't-
the world.
I probably won't get it, but it's pretty neat, I guess. I don't know why I'm still liking the chopper.
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
that. I like the motorcycle thing because we've seen that type of motorcycle been
Totally.
done so many times with Lego, and that it's like a space thing. That's
Lobo
neat.
is
I like that.
quite unique. I will say that much. Very unique.
Also, a bonus though about like we talked about these DC sets a little while back. You remember the big black box that we talked about with a car coming out of it?
Yes, the Justice League set.
It's hollow,
It is hollow.
but like
In order
there's
to
no
fit the
back door. I posted a
Oh.
pic.
No.
There's no
Oh
back
no!
door. It's just the whole
No!
set is just
What?
Technic beams
Guys.
to make a tube, and then
Just-
they have system on it. That's
Oh,
the entire
positive.
set.
That's
garbage.
Stay positive, guys.
So
We don't have
We're
a
not
bias.
biased. It's a
I
bad
have a
set.
bias now. DC has bad movies and they have bad sets. There's my
No,
bias.
Meso, you watch your language.
Listen, this is the worst thing I've seen.
that?
DC. I feel like Justice
You
League
look
might
in the
be
mirror?
the only superhero flop we get this year
Why would they do
in terms of movie. Every single superhero movie up till now has been good for this year,
Just
and
right.
Justice League might be the turd that just ruins the whole brownie.
everyone
Wait,
look at that
okay, what?
picture. Look
Great
down
analogy.
that vent of the set. That thing is $130.
Oh,
But X, you got the minifigures, you got the
$130.
car.
The car
Car.
matters.
You can get the car in
Cars.
another set, and it looks better.
you can't get the exact car. It is a different
But
build
you
for the
can't
Batmobile,
get
but
that
it's
car
bad.
in a Marvel set, and that's what's important here.
That
I
set's
I
going
can't
on my
believe it.
worst set of the year.
No, how
that
dare you?
question.
That's just
I
your
really hope
bias showing.
they show that like on the back of the box, because it's just if you get that for your birthday, then you're gonna be disappointed when you build it.
Absolute.
I think this set's
Trashola.
fantastic. I'd get this for my children.
Do it. Put your money where your repetitive jokes are, and buy
Listen,
the
man,
set.
I gotta counteract your sheer
You don't
awfulness.
have to counteract the.
Okay,
All right.
listen, this set's fine.
For Steppenwolf.
All right.
Just looks like this. Everything just looks so
I
bad.
kind of like Steppenwolf, to be fair, but a $130 purchase does not.
I mean, it's hollow though. Oh
It
man,
is
all the way
hollow.
through. When you
It
said
is
it was
hollow.
hollow, I just thought it had space inside X, and I was
Nope.
like, yeah, it has to
I
hold
know,
the Batmobile.
that's why I posted
No,
it's
It's
literally,
literally, man,
It
it's
is
just like
hollow,
a.
just like the DCEU.
it's
There's my
what's
bias.
left of a toilet paper roll, you know, when it's done. That's just made in Lego.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm gonna use it for.
Wrap toilet paper
Oh
around
boy.
it.
Yeah, just all around it.
So yeah.
Alright,
So yeah.
All right.
let's go ahead and end this.
Let's wrap this up for today. We'll have to- you know what? No, you know what? I'm gonna call it. We're gonna spend another 5. We're gonna spend
Yes!
5 minutes on this extra segment.
You're gonna.
X, bring out
But
the.
wait!
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
With superhuman agility, the LEGO DC Comics Vixen minifigure.
What, really?
Making her way to SDCC.
Oh, real quick, yeah.
Wait.
I don't know who this is.
There's
Yeah. Who is that?
Vixen she's a character, obviously from DC Comics.
She
She's
looks
actually got a
so
TV
sassy.
show. She got a TV show recently. It was an animated TV show taking place in the Flash, the CW universe, and I think she had a live action debut in that universe as well,
Okay.
in the Arrowverse. So she's like Animal Man. She can copy animals' powers, I believe.
Who
and
man? Man?
Anna blah blah blah.
So it's Beast
Animal
Boy,
Man.
but girl.
Anna Man.
Yeah, except she can't transform into animals. She just has the
Girl.
powers of an animal.
That's weird.
Anna Man.
So
That's a little
if he
weird.
got the power of a whale to like burst out like a fountain, like how does she do that?
I don't know if that's how her power works. Honestly, don't know too much about her because she's a minor character.
She's a
that was just
DC
brought into
character.
prominence.
I like her suit though. She has a really nice amount of detail. I like her knee pads. I like her breastplate.
She was supposed to be the first like African female superhero in DC, I believe. I think
I thought
something
she
like
was
her
an
comic got
alien.
canceled or something.
Neat.
Yeah.
Either way, I just felt like bringing that up.
So she's gonna be like a really hard minifigure to get, basically.
Yeah,
That's
SDCC exclusive.
Very, very, very hard.
That's
SDCC
unfortunate
figures
because
sell.
there's probably some people out there who's just like, hey, that head is perfect for my signature minifigure, or
Right.
something.
That's a
because
that's a shame.
very good
That's the only
because
time I'm
we
gonna see
don't
her.
have that kind of face with that color at all whatsoever, and it's incredibly
don't.
generic as well. So it's just
We
like,
don't.
wow, this is
And
so
mine's
useful. But then it's
Let
rare.
me see. SDCC Spider-Man Lego.
Oh no.
We're looking that up.
I'm gonna look up the price.
Actually, ready? Are you ready for our new segment? What do you want to call this?
Extra
Flicker time.
Twitter. Oh.
Extra bit.
Extra bits.
Are we
Listen
doing
all
my bit
about
now?
it.
We're doing your bit now.
Oh, it's EXX mock of the week. The
EXX mock of the week.
extra mock. The extra mock.
Extra mock. There we
Extra
go.
mock.
Haha.
Wait,
It's a
one
working-
extra thing.
It's a working
Extra bit.
title. We'll bring up a poll and put it. But like this is just I really like like I don't want to take too much time on this, but the mocks I bring on this, I want them to be interesting and to like be something to talk about because it's like you can find so many different incredibly good-looking mocks and like very impressive and stuff, but like at some point if the only thing that we talked about every single week was just incredibly big landscapes, then it would just be like, yeah, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, and so on. And so we're bringing in some cool stuff here. And so today, this lovely fella that I know on Flickr, he usually gets something around 1,000 views maybe on his photos, and this photo has currently 62,000 views, and it's probably pretty big for him when he wakes up and sees how many views he has. But it is this photo right here, and I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. And so I just want you to click on that photo and just look
I
everywhere.
saw this on Reddit.
It's so good.
It's so good.
There's so much
Okay,
in there.
so the the Flickr thing is called Life in the Basement. On Reddit, it was titled ... and this is our son's room.
Yeah.
But there's such attention to detail
I love
in
the
this.
staircase.
So I I saw this on Reddit earlier as well, and I kind of like gleamed over it, but looking at it more, I'm 100% certain this is Takuma's room.
The pony.
Takuma has never been on this podcast, but I am convinced this is what his room looks like.
Takuma drinks
So
Mountain
wait,
Dew,
I have to ask, where did the pony come from? I don't remember there being a Lego My Little Pony thing.
There's a little Lego Friends set. They like Disney has like a thing, a little series going on that is basically, it looks like a My Little Ponies ripoff, and they have made some Lego sets of it. Like I did actually send on the TTV Snapchat at some point. I'm just like, is this?
You're
Is this her?
right. I remember that.
Yeah. And so it's really
thing
weird
is
because
awesome.
it looks exactly like Fluttershy.
It really does.
I got a
It basically
question.
100% looks like that. The
Drinks.
Lego.
I'm actually a little concerned now. So we have the hamburger, we have pizza slices, and we've got whatever this energy drink is.
Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Powerball.
What are
Oh,
those yellow vials to the left of the computer?
Well, you know when you
Listen,
drink a
listen.
lot of water and you have to go to
When
the
you
bathroom.
drink a lot of stuff, you gotta go. But like, if your parents are upstairs and really lazy, you gotta make do with what you got.
There are 3 of them and they're full.
It's terrible.
Yep.
Yep. And I love the Doritos on the floor and the Optimus Prime figure. There's so much here. Like, honestly, you can look at
Mouse
this.
and keyboard.
Yeah,
It's
just
great.
it's so good. And that mouse, by the way, is really good because that piece right there is a printed like side thing on the Catwoman motorcycle, and it works as a mouse.
So
So it's
clever.
really good
That
parts
is.
usage.
It's just how they use the stuff. Like you can see the figurines on top, and then you
I
can
love
even
it
see
to
like
death.
he used the monitor to show like an anime with subtitles. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
so
what
creative.
it says, Meso. Good job.
You're right.
And then we can't forget. I mean, he's posted this minifigure before, but you can't forget. Like, did you look up to that minifigure and he's got like a
Dude with the
got like a
fedora.
belly on him and neck. Yeah, he's
I
that
know
minifigure.
he's got the what's it the computer science
There's a
guy
trash
collectible minifigure
bag, an
things.
Optimus Prime statue, so I presume.
Oh, is that Optimus Prime?
Yeah, that's
I
Optimus
think it's-
Prime's in the corner though. You can obviously see it by the color.
Oh yeah. Huh.
I
that's
also think
totally
it's kind
good.
of just a generic mech.
I think it's a Gundam figure. Well, I probably said that really wrong. I'm sorry.
Var would
Gundam.
kill you right now.
Yeah, he's super into those. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm sorry, guys. But he has that figure.
It's pronounced Gundam. Anyway,
I think it's
Oh
Gunpla,
man.
actually.
Oh, all right. Hold up. I actually did link this everyone called the lady.
I just like that he has
Which
the
has the
shorts as
perfect
well.
face.
Like that minifigure's so
Oh,
perfect.
man. Oh, he does. He has cargo shorts.
Yes.
great minifigure.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm
I don't know where's that face from.
Yeah. Does
Where's the
I don't
torso
actually
print on
know,
that
but
girl
it's a
from?
really good face.
That
Yeah.
is
like
a
a
great
skull
question.
with a bow.
Man,
cool.
that's like
Do you want that, Mesa?
if
Not really.
if purple and Meso like fused together like Steven Universe style, that's exactly the hoodie that they would wear, which is
Yeah.
this purple and black hoodie with the skull in the middle.
Heck yeah.
But there you go. This
Okay,
is
so-
actually I love obviously the bigger, you showed us last week, X, you showed us a giant Last of Us mock, and that's really
Yes.
cool. But I love the smaller ones with a lot of attention to detail too. I love like the little, is that supposed to be like a microwave, I guess? Or what is that?
Like a mini fridge,
Or a mini fridge?
I presumed.
Might
Oh,
be
he's
energy drinks
stocked up
in
on all
it.
the
I don't
all
know.
the energy drinks and
Yeah.
stuff. Man, it's such attention to detail.
Massive attention.
I love how he made the sheets on the bed look like it's falling off. Like he just got out of bed and he just like left it half falling to the ground.
But this is
So
that's
good.
really weird because I didn't see this. I just thought that this was a very successful photo on his part, and it's just gotten a lot of views on that note. Like I actually didn't know that it was posted on Reddit, but that explains quite a lot. Because I've had this guy for a really long time, so it literally just got in my photos and my what'd you call it?
Yeah, no, totally.
dashboard, anything.
It
But
was just
that's-
one of those things that like really took off.
Yep.
This is
But
the
anyhow.
same guy that made Mario, isn't he?
Yeah, he's made a lot of stuff. Like you can if you just go on his photo stream, just scroll down. There's a lot of big, like most of these people that we show off. There's just one mock, but like if you go to the rest of their photo stream, there's a lot of cool stuff this guy has. He's made
Props to you, Anton Sundström.
yeah, he's made he's made ponies and mechs, and he's made a lot of different stuff. You can just go through that, but we can't sit there for 2 hours either. So
All right.
Real quick.
All right.
Uh,
Sorry.
uh,
What do you need?
There was a loose end I want to tie up from earlier. I said I was looking up
Okay.
the SDCC Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
black symbiote Spider-Man with the little card, $450.
It's gonna be worse for the second.
And the Amazing Spider-Man 2 minifigure in the case, $1,625.
Oh no!
To be fair, that's still being sold, right? So no one's bought it for that price, but it's
That's
around
true,
that
yeah.
price that it's selling.
That
It's
is
the market price. Yes.
That is
It's
no,
a market
actually,
price.
you're wrong. There are 3 bids on that.
No way,
Really?
dude.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Oh, why would people?
What
do
an
this?
investment.
Okay. Well,
That would be.
My
Yeah.
goal in life is to not be one of those people. But I mean, it is
Right.
wise an investment if they plan to resell. But I don't know.
No,
I
I
could
mean,
never
like
do that.
those guys, they went to San Diego Comic Con, just waited in the line for a couple hours, so that
I know,
paid
right?
off.
Imagine if people had done that. Like, imagine if we'd done that years ago.
No, I mean, we
Anyway.
can't go. We wouldn't have gone to San Diego. We would have just gone to New York.
Exactly.
But
Couldn't
no,
go, yeah.
honestly, San Diego stuff, it sells for so much, and like, I mean, you have to wait in line, and you kind of waste your entire day. But that
Pretty
day,
much.
you earn like $1,000 afterwards.
So it's
So
worth
it's
it.
like
Long
Almost
term.
100%.
$2,000.
Insanity.
That's incredible. All right.
That's right.
Well, yeah, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for listening to the BrickFeed Podcast. As always, you can catch more of our shows here on the TTV channel, going to youtube.com/THETTV channel, and also you can go to our message boards at boards.ttvchannel.com. We'll see you guys next week. I'm Jonathan.
I am Mesonac.
I'm LJ Johnson.
I'm EXX Trooper.
Suck Eljay.
You knew he had to do that. And this was BrickFeed. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Farewell.